Hey, this Miss Marcy. So, like millions of other people, I tuned into the documentary Surviving R Kelly the other night. And I want to get my 2 cents in on this shit, okay? Alright, so, okay. First, let me say this. Do I think R. Kelly is guilty of anything that he's being alleged as far as all this child pornography, all this inappropriate behavior with young minor girls or underage girls or whatever? Hell yeah, I think he's guilty. I sure do. But I also think that it's being blown up because of who he is, because of his status. And it all started with Aaliyah, the late, great Aaliyah. I think if it wasn't for him starting to mess with her when she was like, what, 14? I don't think that we would even be knowing about his little shit with these young girls. But then again, we probably would because he done fucked so many of them, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? That it is just, it was bound to come out because like I said, who he is. But the fact that him and Aaliyah were both, famous or whatever, it made it even more of a conversation. Like, damn, he fucking her. She only 14. Then he went and married her. You know what I'm saying? Went and married her, and she was 14 or 15 or whatever. And that was, even though to this day, R. Kelly always says he will not have a conversation about Aaliyah, just out of respect for her family and just, respect for her. Even though he says that, and even though even Aaliyah used to deny it as well, there was a court sealed, certified, marriage certificate, that was public record or whatever, but I believe they had it annulled. And rumor has it that they got married because Aaliyah was pregnant at the time. I don't know how true that part is, but I'm just saying. So, yes, I do believe that he's guilty of, messing with young girls and everything. But here's my thing. R. Kelly's not doing nothing a lot of these other men not doing. A lot of these grown men fuck young girls. And I'm not saying this right. Older people fuck younger people. You got older women fucking younger men. Look at Black China. You know what I'm saying? Fucking an 18-year-old dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that goes on, like I said. And I think like I said, again, it's just made more public because of who he is. Now, this documentary, a lot of people were saying that it was disturbing. The part that I find disturbing about it was not just the fact that he had a whole harem of young ass girls. That is disturbing because you as a grown ass man, why are you being so turned on by 14-year-old girls? Then it seemed like, I mean, damn, did he even ever mess with older women? Did he even mess with women his age or older? Or, around his age? Why is your whole harem full of girls who were 14, 15, 16? And I'm going to tell you what I got out of it too. When I listened to the girl, Geronda Pace, she was one of the ones who seemed so sincere. Like, she seemed like for real, I believed every word she was saying. I'm not going to lie. Some of them women, I'm not going to lie. Some people in this situation, I'm kind of giving the side eye. Like Sparkle. I'm not going to lie. Sparkle to me seemed like she once had something to do with R. Kelly. Like, they might have fucked around and maybe she got, I don't know, like she got mad because maybe he fucked her niece or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed more like a vendetta against him. I don't know. It just, something about her doesn't seem too genuine to me. There's something about her that I just kept picking up on. Like, she don't seem that genuine to me. Like, I don't know. But anyway, so when Geronda Pace told her story, she talked about how she met him and everything. As I'm listening to her and I'm listening to the other few girls, I'm like, you know what? R. Kelly had an obsession with control. The thing is, he knows that a young girl is not going to be, young girls are just going to be so happy that he's R. Kelly. They're going to be super impressed. Not to say older women wouldn't be, but a younger girl is going to be super impressed with his status. She's not going to question anything. She's just going to do whatever he says because, it's R. Kelly, just like she said. So it's like, okay, so for him, it's like it's a thing of mind control. You know what I'm saying? Control and power. An older woman, you might say certain things to her, and she might be like, "Nigga, what? Get the fuck out of here." You know what I'm saying? But a young girl is gonna say, "Oh, okay, daddy." You know what I'm saying? And there probably was girls who had issues anyway, daddy issues or whatever the hell. They probably had their own set of issues going on too. So, I just think that he really, really got off on the mind control. And my thing about it all is this too. And this is another thing that I find disturbing about it all. Why was nobody doing or saying anything? I mean, the big question is, Sparkle, yes, why now? The big question is, Andrea Kelly, Why now? And I'm gonna get on Andrea too, because let me tell you something about her. Something about her don't sit well with me. And I'm not saying she didn't endure none of that shit. I'm not saying he never put his hands on her. I can't question that. I was not there. However, what I can question is, like I said, why now? You know, you was married to him. You know, you bore 2 children with the man. You knew who he was before you even got with him because you knew about Aaliyah. And, you know, so why would you marry him? Why would you marry him? And not only that, I was looking at she just seemed so dramatic in some of the stuff that she was explaining. Like, she came off like this just super helpless ass victim. And it's like, no, Andrea, like I said, you knew the man didn't have all his fucking marbles when you knew that he married a 14, 15-year-old Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what he told you. I don't care if he did tell you, oh, it's not true, it's not true. You had the records. Like I said, their marriage certificate was public record. Like, so, I mean, to know that somebody would do that, you know, why would you? I just, to me, something just don't seem all the way genuine about her either. Like I said, she came off like this real super helpless victim, like she couldn't do nothing to, you know, help herself at the time. And let's not get on the fact that Andrea Kelly was on Atlanta Exes or whatever, you know, and she rolled the wave of the Kelly last name. Let me tell you something. This is what I was thinking when I was watching it. When I was watching her boohoo cry, shedding all these tattoo fucking tears and just, you know, oh, I just didn't know this. He put me in a truck. He put me in a truck. He put me in a, what she say? Put me in a, somewhere, put me in a car and took me we went to Florida. I didn't even know why. I'm pregnant. I'm like, why are we leaving Chicago? She's boohoo crying and shit like this. Here's my thing. Like I said, their marriage became final in what, 2009? Finalized in 2009. And not only that, you know, you married him and you was married to him for years. You had 2 children with him. And like I said, when she was on Atlanta Exes, baby, you rode the wave of R. Kelly's last name. Bitch, you gained fame off of his last name. Because my thing is this. And not only that, but you was promoting his ass. She was promoting his ass on the show. My thing is this. If that nigga put you through that much and had you just in so much pain and so much tears and you were so battered and you were so abused, first of all, why the fuck did you keep his last name? Second of all, why was you even promoting him when you was on Atlanta Exes? You know what I'm saying? Why now all of a sudden, Andrea Kelly, is all this so much hatred towards him and all this bullshit? You had years to come out with this shit. I don't know. It does come off like there's other motives there. It does, you know. But like I said, I'm not going to. I can't deny none of the things that she's alleging. You know, I can't say, oh, he didn't put his hands on her. I can't say, oh, hell, I wasn't there. But I'm questioning the shit after. Like, okay, yeah, you was on this show. You weren't boohoo crying then. You weren't crying on that show talking about how he did you. You weren't talking about how you got beat on. No, you was promoting your dancing and shit like that. You was doing everything but. I don't know. Something just don't seem right to me. But you know, it is what it is. And I want to say this too. Now, one of the backup dancers or whatever, she came out and said that she saw R. Kelly and Aaliyah having sex one night on the tour bus or whatever. So Aaliyah's mom, we never hear about Aaliyah's family in the media. We never hear about them, you know, they just seem like a very low-key family, you know what I mean? And so Aaliyah's mom came out and said, whoever this woman is a liar and she's lying, you know? She said there was no way that you could have seen my daughter and R. Kelly having sex. I'm not saying what she said verbatim. I'm just paraphrasing. She said there was no way you could have seen Aaliyah and R. Kelly having sex because me and my husband was with her every night throughout her career. Now, this is what I want to say about that. No offense to Aaliyah's mother and no disrespect. But my thing is, if you and your husband was there with her every night, how was she able to form a relationship with R. Kelly? A non-professional, a non-business relationship? Because let's just be real, let's be honest, let's be clear. Like I said, go back to the court document. There was a marriage certificate. How could she have? So therefore, there was some type of relationship between R. Kelly and Aaliyah. So how could that have happened? And I'm not saying they wasn't with her none, but I'm just saying y'all wasn't with her every night. Y'all wasn't. And see, a lot of people, and I think too, Aaliyah's mom is kind of embarrassed about it, you know. And I think, and I understand she don't want her daughter's name dragged in this goddamn circus. I understand that, but here's the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part about it is that when we met Aaliyah, you know, when Aaliyah was introduced to us, she was 14 years old. And R. Kelly was in her life at the time as her producer or whatever. I don't know if he was the person that discovered her or whatever. But he was the person in her life. And, you know, even if it was just professionally at the time, but I'm just, or, you know, maybe some personal group, I'm just saying. But that's who we kind of, you know, we kind of met Aaliyah through R. Kelly. You know, and the fact that it was all these rumors about them too, unfortunately, Miss Halton, no disrespect, but your daughter's name is going to always be linked to his. It's going to always be attached to his. You feel me? Just like his name is going to always be attached to her. Like every time this whole shit with R. Kelly comes up, Aaliyah's name come up. You see? So, and I understand she don't want that, you know what I'm saying? But I really do feel like it's not going to tarnish Aaliyah's legacy, because I don't look at Aaliyah no different. I still think of Aaliyah as a great, beautiful, seemed like she was a great, beautiful human being. She made good music. But I don't look at it and feel like, oh, her reputation is tainted because she fucked around with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Aaliyah died, you know, she, like I said, when she left R. Kelly alone as far as musically, and she got with she started doing music with Timberland and Missy, it was like no, I mean, I didn't even attach her to R. Kelly. I didn't even really think nothing of it. You could tell that something did happen, and she cut ties with him, and she never talked to him again, never had no affiliation with him, you know. So I mean, you know, and let's not get on the fact that allegedly, you know, Aaliyah dated Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Before she got with Dame. And so, I mean, I'm just saying, like, maybe she, you know, when she dealt with R. Kelly, whatever, maybe it was a time, you know, we all been young before. Maybe she thought she knew what she wanted. Maybe she thought he was somebody that was for her. And then maybe, you know, as she got older, she realized, oh my gosh, what the fuck was I thinking? You know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Aaliyah's mom more so came out and stated that because she don't want her daughter's name being attached to this circus, and I don't blame her. But I mean, the truth is, you know, her daughter's name is gonna always be attached to R. Kelly's. I mean, that's just it, you know. So yeah, but and also I just want to say too about this whole documentary. I feel like I know these are young girls. And, you know, as an adult, he should know better. He should. But it's also like, you know, these parents, you know, what the fuck was y'all doing? You know, where was y'all at? And especially on the conclusion, which I'm going to watch it tonight. I want to see the one where I think it was the one situation that came up more recently where the girl was supposed to be staying with him or whatever, and her parents went over there to get him or whatever. To get her or whatever. I want to watch that because I want to see how that shit unfolded. My thing is this too. Even with that situation, I don't know if y'all remember, but when they showed her talking on TMZ, I cannot remember the girl's name, but she was like one of the most recent victims or whatever. Who her so-called had staying in her house, in this house or whatever. When TMZ was interviewing her or whatever, you could see on her shirt, you could see the shadow of a person in her shirt coaching her to tell her what not to say. You could see somebody doing just like this when she was being asked certain questions. I do think that R. Kelly takes advantage of young girls' minds. I think he mind fucks them. You know, I think he does because he knows he can get that out. Because for a young girl, there's a sense of naiveness that is still there that's not in an older woman. And all of this may go back to his childhood issues. And I heard somebody saying, you know, people was making excuses for him saying, oh, he was molested as a kid and he went through this, he went through that. Those are not excuses for that man. The man is sick. The man has some issues. He does. The man has some psychological issues. I think one of the issues is I think he is a fucking control freak. You know what I'm saying? I think he's obsessed with control. So yeah, and I'm not doubting, like I said, I think he's very guilty. I think he laid up with probably all of those girls. And I'm gonna tell you something, that's when I really felt like he was really guilty. is when all this shit first came out, he tried to deny all of it. You cannot deny all of that. Where there's smoke, there's fire. If a whole bunch of people are saying something, then there must be some validity to it somewhere. Like, everybody's not lying. Everybody's not lying. Now, 100 women, let's say if it's 100 women, 100 women may not be telling the truth, but I'll say a good 85 probably is. You know what I'm saying? Just like with the whole Bill Cosby shit. I don't know about all those women telling the truth, but maybe a vast majority of them were. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, some people just do evil shit. Some people want to do stuff just to maybe get some money or just whatever. You know what I mean? For whatever reasons. So, yeah. But I do think he is guilty. I do think he's guilty. Like, he just got a thing for young girls, a young girl fetish. Like, and it's fucking disgusting because your old ass is getting turned on by 14 and 15-year-old girls. Like I said, though, he's not the only man. He's not by himself. He is not. There are a lot of men who sit up here and they fuck young girls. There are a lot of older women that fuck young boys. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing new under the sun. But yeah, so that's my take on it, y'all. I'm gonna be watching this shit tonight, honey. I'm gonna be tuned in, honey. I started not to watch this documentary at first because I'm like, we've been hearing all about this shit all this time, and I'm like, it's so old. This whole R. Kelly stuff is so old. For whatever reason, the man ain't got locked up. I don't know. But all this documentary is doing is creating a new buzz about the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit been going on since 94 with this man. I did see the video years ago, the one that came out back in like 2000, 2001 or whatever. I think that tape, when somebody slipped it I think they sent it to the news station or whatever back in like 2000, 2001. It was still on VHS back then. I seen the shit. It was very distorted, but you could tell that was R. Kelly. You could tell that was him. I think that somebody slipped it out of spite to maybe try to get some money out of him or something. I don't know. But I think that tape was slipped in out of spite. You know what I mean? Some people were saying Sparkle slipped it to the media, I don't know. But let me tell you what else I found interesting. I found it very interesting that the niece did not come forth. And neither did Sparkle's brother. Huh. That was interesting. Why would y'all not come forth? Maybe the niece didn't want to deal with the humiliation, or maybe she didn't want to deal with the judgment. I don't know. But my thing is, these people, they're on here, they're crying and stuff, and they're saying, oh, he ruined the lives. He ruined the lives. This is what I'm saying. And I'm not condoning statutory rape at all. What I'm saying, though, is, yes, he took advantage of those girls. He did. He took advantage of the youngness, the naiveness, just the immaturity in them. He took advantage of his status, his fame. He took advantage of them. He used all that shit to his power. But he did not rape these girls. He did not force them. He did not lay them down and do crazy shit. He didn't, drug them. He didn't punch them out. He didn't take no pussy. You feel me? But I'm not saying that what he did was right. I'm not. Cause let me tell you something. If I found out, a grown ass man was fucking my 14, 15-year-old daughter, I'm gonna try to throw that motherfucker as far under the jail cell as I possibly can. But what I'm saying, but that's more so because of the fact that I feel like he would have taken advantage. But I just feel like that those girls might not even be affected by that now, because I know a lot of girls who was fast and hot as fuck like that back in the day, who was fucking older ass men. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying this right, because as a grown ass man, you should know better. All I'm saying is, I think some of these people are just acting like he forced himself on them, like he took them and beat them and shoved it in them, and he didn't do that. Those girls might have went through a phase. They was caught up in the hype of who he was. They wanted to fuck him. They was hot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, they probably done moved on 20 times and done got married and had kids and probably ain't thought nothing else of the shit. I don't know. I just feel like some of the people that was on this documentary and they was crying and stuff, like some of the women, is they're acting like these young girls are probably scarred for the rest of their life. for the rest of their lives. And that's probably not even the case. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, like I said, I know some girls that done did that shit. Just done messed around with older ass men when they were young. They're not scarred by that shit. They like, oh, I was being hot as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I was on some hot shit. You know, now they grown. They like 30s and 40s, and they like done moved past it. Like, oh, it was what it was. Shame on him for fucking with my young ass. But you know, it was what it was. I was hot. He was the fucking, he was fucking the damn, he was a fucking nasty ass for fucking me. I was young, but oh well, fuck it. They done moved on. Like I said, they done moved on to other things in life. Like, I don't know. I'm not making no excuses for the man because, like I said, I don't condone statutory rape, but I'm just saying. R. Kelly did, for those people who are young and don't really know his music, R. Kelly made some fucking bomb ass music coming up. You know what I mean? Like, I will not take that from that man. I will not. But it's just too bad he got an issue and he got a fetish for little young ass girls. I'm just saying. Like, that's just too bad. But I'm out of here, so let me go. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna tune in and watch the rest of this shit tonight. And y'all, I holla. Peace.